Marine Optimization Consultancy. My name is Mihail. The previous channel was Adventure Story channel, and today we will talk about a marine engineer podcast. First of all, so in this podcast, I will share some interesting facts that I have faced, let's say, during my time on board, and basically, it is related with the crew members and the relation with the crew members. One thing that I would like to share, because I read an article recently about that captains that are very underestimated, let's say, role within the shipping industry. I can say that from my entire career at sea, which is about 9 years of sea service, the captains that I have seen that really true matters, and I have seen a lot of them, there was less in my, let's say, half fingers of one my hand. Okay, this is the most honest and the most real discussion that we can have. And why really this, let's say, post does not reflect the reality of what is on board, what is happening, let's say, on board. Uh, it does not reflect. It says that captains are underestimated of what they are doing. Okay, they say captain have to manage, let's say, the crew members. He have to resolve a lot of things, but most of the times, as we've seen, captains are the one that created this kind of problems. And the most critical part is that these problems are never coming to the table of resolving, let's say, inside the office and all the things. And why it not comes? Because it is the head of the vessel. So the company itself, the company are not able directly to fight a captain, okay? Because without captain, yes, the vessel will not be operated. And this is the only reason why company will not force captain, let's say, to uh, disembark or something else. They can find a way, but it's much more difficult, let's say, to send a home. It has to be a raise, let's say, some triggers in order to start searching. But from my view of point, I have seen really, yes, that because they involve in everything a lot of operation, they can also be the one that are making the most of the problems. Basically, because they overuse their authority in the ways that it should not be used. Um, Basically, in their favor, okay? Because most of them, yes, have the telephone and have direct communication with the office. They can tell whatever they like. They can prepare and line, let's say, the road on their favor much easier than anyone, let's say, in um, the company can do. Because this is the through the frequent communication. So, for example, for third engineer, for second engineer, even for chief engineer, which does not have so much communication, it does not give so much attention. Okay, who are there? Ah, there is that person. Okay, we do not even know him. His first time, let's say, in our company. We have first time captain in our company. But most of them that I have seen, they didn't also stay a lot in that kind of companies when they overused, let's say, their authorities. Somehow somebody speaks, yes, and slowly but steady it will reach to the office. The office will know actually what is happening on board, okay? So one of the things, yes, it's overuse the authority on your favor. One of the things that they're doing, it is keeping person more than it's required. They want also to be in favor of the companies because they keep the person, let's say, for much longer time. The second thing is the distribution of the food and the spare parts. They hold also the budget really, really tightly. And basically, they are the gatekeepers for the provisions to not show, that we have so much expenses and all the things. So one captain does not show expenses, and the other have to buy more things in order to cover the minus of what the previous captain has developed. So basically, captain or even let's say chief engineer does not guarantee you a great vessel, does not guarantee you a smooth operations. Okay, even having the paper. Some people are overusing the role without providing really something that is stands, let's say, on the level of their authority. I have seen also, yes, I have seen also captains that are really good on what they're doing. And the most interesting of that, it is that the captain that really you are seeing the authority are the one that does not speak a lot, does not create any troubles, does not create any problems with the, let's say, the supplies, the provisions and all the things. They're calm, they are happy, they're talking, they're making jokes, they are wearing appropriate clothes, not flip-flops on the bridge, which we have seen some of them, dirty, with ugly, let's say, tooths. This is not a captain's, let's say, a appropriate fixture, okay? I'm not, let's say, against people that are fat, but you have to have some good care of yourself, okay? First of all, um, if you would like, let's say, to be a idol, let's say, for the rest of the crew. And this is true. This is true. You have to motivate your crew. You have to set them, okay, guys, you should go, let's say, to the gym to keep your fit. You should also keep the resting hours. You should train them properly. But it is really, really less of that things that we are seeing. So it is lack of leadership, basically. It is lack of leadership. Many people have been there, they passed there, but they do not understand anything, both from chief engineers and from captains also. And yes, this is the sad truth of our industry. This is the sad truth of our industry that uh, despite there are people that would like, let's say, to change the industry, the worst thing uh, has make a huge, huge damage to the industry. And from the view of that, yes, there is some people that are entering from previous videos I have sharing, and basically they are like passengers. So now at the moment, yes, there's still people trying to do things, but you see, I talking with them, they're exhausted, they are overwhelmed from the situations and all the things. So it's not working in the favor of the industry. And for sure, these things have to be changed, have to be structured differently. And this shows it's not only just the failure of the leadership on board, it is also a failure of the short base roles. Because there's a failure of understanding of what is happening actually on board. And I can understand definitely, yes, you have your own family on shore. Why you should stay, let's say, and dealing with the problems of the vessels. Let them solve their problems by themselves. It's a much easier way to do that. It's much easier, let's say, to shift the weight of, let's say, the responsibility to someone else rather than us. And that's why many industries, not only let's say the shipping industry, many industries across have huge problems because basically, yes, they lack this kind of mindset first of all, and then of doing things. But doing things also, repair things, it's really really critical part of any engineer. It is not just only the maintenance itself, but the proper maintenance that will last longer. This is the goal. So you can do, let's say, maintenance which will break down tomorrow. You can do the maintenance that will break down, let's say, in 30 days. You can do the maintenance that will break down again, or it will give you a sign after 6 months or 1 year. So you have to choose, and you will choose also which one you will select and how you will build your teams basis on that, basis on what. And the ones who will be able to build such teams will be the one that will actually will benefit and will flourish in the future, because this is the one, the people from on board moving, let's say, to the roles that are more commercial, more short based roles, and they will give you solutions. They will give you the thing that is required in order to support the further development of the technologies and the future progress of the companies itself. This is the one, because they are implemented all the critical things that are able to link and create one unique and uniform disciplinary, such on board, such also in the shore and in the vessels. Create a culture that will bond together and have as much as, let's say, strong bonds, and these bonds will later on will help in order is to develop something greater, something innovative. That's it. That's it. A little bit reference. I do not like to say that it's only, let's say, from the captain side, but it's also yes from the chief engineer side as well. The similar thing, the similar behavior. Behavior, it's a very very critical thing in nowadays. And since I have visited, let's say, many vessels, you can hear how the people communicate with each other. You can quickly understand of what is going on, and you can also understand the level of people that are working there. Okay, does the level is okay, or it has been shifted, and in which direction it has been shifted. So experience plays a huge role, and you have to build an experience in order to realize things better, to make a better decisions, to make a better solution driving, let's say, um, mindset, and also yes, create some things that will last and will create a better environment to operate. So my dear friends, I hope you like this video. I hope this video a little bit open your horizons and your mindset in order to see the things different. But I'm not saying that I'm the perfect one, okay? I'm just sharing a different view of point of how the things are working. You can say even we do not care about that, we like this system, and we will continue also this system running as it is. It can be done also. But what you're losing your peace, your inner peace, you're losing a true value which you cannot buy with any kind amount of money. And that is the truth. That you will have to keep going on all your life with all that bad memories that you have passed, and it will be just simple a cheap excuse that I have been paid to in order to get involved with all that stuff which basically you never like them. And this is not the best way, let's say, to do a career or to work in an environment which first of all does not respect your identity. and your um, let's say your identity as person first of all. That's all. Thank you very much. Stay tuned, share the videos, and I hope you enjoyed the training material that I have created from 2013 with documenting step by steps all the programs that I have done from the first ranks until today, and we are still moving, still improving. Stay tuned. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye bye.